I'm curious. You mentioned earlier, or you mentioned, how you disliked Brett when you originally heard about him or was introduced to him. Was what when did that kind of change for yourself start to take hold? Was that involved in getting set up with Andrew Yang in the first place?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a crazy story, but I credit coming across Andrew Yang and his campaign with kind of de radicalizing me. I just found myself going further and further and further to the left, to the point where, like, Bret Weinstein was someone that I knew as bad, because that was our, like, this ideology I had fell into, right? So when I would see him on CNN and these students are, like, I was on the side of the students, like I knew nothing about Bret Weinstein. And that was also kind of the, I guess, the party line, right? Like,
Hmm.
this is, like, this man he's a racist. He shouldn't be a professor. There was really no room for nuance. And that's something that I have kind of really come to love over the last year. It's like, everything is not black or white. Everything is not, and what's something I've come to realize that's really disturbing is that we speak in almost like religious terms, right? So religion has become kind of less of a force in our country. Kind of, people are just less religious. But the now politics is almost religious in its, like, the way people are so fervent, about their beliefs, and also
Yeah.
the way they will absolutely, like, black and white, um, everything. So, like, IDW, Bret Weinstein, and I'd never listened to an episode of Joe Rogan, but I knew he was bad, right? He was this alt-right meathead that thought he had an opinion, whatever. Never listened to him, but this was
Yeah.
my belief. And I like, Andrew Yang really just pulled one over on us because he made me listen to Joe Rogan, right? Because
Oh yeah.
that's how you had to, like, that was like his most popular interview, was like, oh my God, have you listened to Andrew Yang on Joe Rogan? So I had to, for the first time in my life, watch Joe Rogan. And then they're like, but his interview on Ben Shapiro is really good too. I was like, oh, okay. Or his interview with Eric Weinstein is really good. So in the interest of trying to um, listen to Andrew and hear his ideas, I ended up listening to a lot of people that I disagreed with, and it's embarrassing to say, but I didn't really have a um, nuanced reason to disagree with them. So if you'd have asked me, if anyone would have, like, asked me to go into depth about what I don't like about, the Weinsteins or Joe Rogan, I really couldn't.
Hmm.
So yeah, Andrew Yang was kind of, because he was very much, like, about data. He was very much anti-identity politics, which I had been caught up with, and I absolutely support, you know, um, Black Lives Matter and, women's rights and LGBTQ rights, but it had gone so far to a point where I felt like we weren't helping anything, and I didn't even know that, like, it's like I didn't even understand that there was a different way. I just, because the other way was just like being a dumb Trump supporting Republican. Like, no, I can't do that, right?
Right.
So it was just, everything just very binary. And it's embarrassing to say, but now I consider myself slowly becoming more of a free thinker, less ideological and more open to listening to other people. Because 4 years ago, I was not going to listen to anyone I disagreed with. I was going to shout them down, and I was going to join, and I did. I'll join a mob against people that I don't like. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I behave that way. So it was through the Yang campaign, and then like even in being involved in Unity, like spending a lot of time with Bret, I've just like it's really opens my mind a lot. So
Yeah, that's very fascinating. You know, it's if you were to, like you mentioned, 2016, if you rewind back to then, and if the two of us somehow crossed paths, you're in San Diego, I believe, right?
South Dakota.
South Dakota. I apologize. Um, but either way, we're very far apart. I'm in Indiana. You're in South Dakota. Still pretty far apart. So we
Midwest.
might, yeah, we might cross paths on social media, maybe that sort of thing. And I was the exact opposite. I was on Team Trump, and I was in that group think, and
Yeah.
we would have to immediately disagree with each other, and we've never met, and we've never
Yeah.
had a
You and I would not
conversation.
be having this conversation right now.
Not in a million years, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.